And the unfortunate fact is, right, he's one of these players that it feels like, for me, if we gave him a rifle and actually let him sort of do a little bit more in terms of frontline work, get in their faces, be a bit more aggressive, he would have actually having way more of a field day than what he had. He was so stagnant. He played the same angle 4 rounds in a row behind triple with an AWP, Blair. What are you trying to do there?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big question there, right? I think it also comes down to the fact that when he used to play in Vici, it was underneath the leadership of Advent, a very highly underrated in-game leader in the Asian scene. And under Advent, alongside Kazi, he did shine. Here, he's not the star player necessarily. You have Bented, you have Summer, you have somebody, you have all these guys, right? So it's just another cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't think they've really figured out how to really use him. And you can see that very clearly in Mirage. It was lacking indeed. Here, though, Liquid, it's their map pick. It is Overpass. And TYLOO often to start on the CT side. No surprises there. They do have a little bit of a stack, a little bit of a boost towards that B bomb side. But for Liquid, it looked like they are creeping up towards A. But that being said, they do have the look. I do believe it's Stewie floating around towards Monster.
Well, Summer goes down first as Nav is able to get the entry into this round. It's a good initial pick from Nav. They start pushing down through connector, though, all grouped up, ready to go for a burst towards this B-bomb site. Somebody needs to do damage here. He has to be the short protector, but he's not able to. The instant miss coming around, Elige just peeling back his face. And at this point, you've only got 3 players remaining for TYLOO. It's not looking good, Blair.
It is not looking good at all, and I like the way you hyped it up, man, for somebody, but unfortunately, he didn't do anything much. Is it going to be the flawless round? I think they're going to be going in for the knife, perhaps. No, they're not. Attacker does find at least 1 frag, something to smile about, but that round just fell apart real badly, that they really weren't able to do anything about it. Again, whenever they faced against Team Liquid, they were just having to go for this 1v1 deals, and Liquid were coming out on top. I like the fact that they kind of had an interesting setup. They sent somebody out towards sandbags to try and feel things out. But again, Liquid are setting the pace of how these rounds play out. And if they're going to play this way, and if TYLOO are going to be reactive every single time, it's not going to be great.
What's wrong with somebody? Oh, okay. Well, he was AFK for a little while there. Does go for the monster smoke, which luckily still gets there in time. But at this point, Freeman's already used his smoke. So a bit of a miscommunication there, and I guess maybe a potential small issue with somebody at the start of the round.
Yeah, I mean, they have, however, gone for the force buy. No surprises there. The Desert Eagle in the hands of Mr. Freeman and somebody. They have an MP9 as well. They're going for the boost. Love to see it. Spot something, and Naf does get spotted out, but unfortunately Naf wins the duel. Somebody, he gets a tag but doesn't get the frag. That's just so unfortunate. They try something a little different though. I'll give them props.
Yeah, they went for the world's tallest man play, which is quite nice. I actually dubbed that one the Jason Kaplan.
The Jason Kaplan, I like that.
Yeah.
I think we can go with that. Tall chap, that man. Well, Bentet playing up close towards toilets. He has his teammate jumping on over. That is Summer. Trying to spot something out of CZ at that range is going to be a little rough for him. And Bentet can hear. I think he should be hearing these smokes being tossed out. Nice flashbang from his teammate, but not good enough. He does find just Elige as the hit is coming in towards this A-bomb site. Summer, though, getting swarmed from all sides. He just finds one before it gets taken down. The retake is on. Attacker has an MP9, as Freeman as well with the Deagle, but they don't have the kit and they have no utility to try and take over this bomb site.
Freeman walking back in, peeks out through bank, trying to make this one a money shot. Does get the tag off, eventually takes down Naf, but he is fairly low. It doesn't matter though, as he's highly skilled with a Deagle. Gets the follow-up connection onto Stewie's noggin, grabs himself a Galil as well as he pushes up towards the site. He's into the 1v1, but he doesn't have much time. No kit either. Peeking around slowly, edging his way forward towards Nitro, spots him. But that's pretty much sealed the deal right there, Blair. There's not going to be any time for this. Nitro now just looking to get away happily from this one. He'll finish it off with a wall bang and a little spray on the corpse. The disrespect.
I love to see it, love to see it. A little bit of a spark for a blast from the past for Freeman. There are a couple of nice shots coming out from him. And like you said, he has been comparatively very quiet so far. But that being said, we have such a small sample size to look at, right? We have Freeman playing that best of one earlier yesterday where he really did struggle against FaZe. In the previous map as well, we've already said how you know, they could have placed him in a much more better situation. But if he does come alive, at least it does amp up the firepower for TYLOO and make things a little bit more interesting. Another eco round this time around is just going to be, I do believe, a couple of P250s in the mix and should be farming territory for Nitro. But that being said, a P250 is going to sing out loud. Aggression coming out from the CTs, catching Nitro off guard. But okay, Twist and Stewie did reply back, and just one player remains. A couple of tags coming in. Twist lucky to stay alive there, but Liquid, despite losing that one player, they just lose the one MAC-10. They're going to be feeling all right about this. And this round, Jackie, this is where it all boils down to. It is going to be the AUGs coming out, the full buy for TYLOO. Somebody with the AWP this time around.
I should hope somebody has it. I always like hearing somebody's name in a cast. It's always, you know, those moments where you're just like, ah, somebody.
Yeah, somebody.
Somebody.
Not sure who, but somebody.
Somebody.
Well, he's yet to open his account. Aggression from TYLOO. I like this. I like this little bit of a switch-up coming out. And look at somebody. With the solo aggression, mind you, there's no one there. His flash is still scoped in. Still betting on the fact that someone is going to be pushing out from Playground, but better sense will prevail. He will fall on back. There was zero backup for him if he did get pressurized, and he's going to reposition himself towards the long. As Liquid, after the initial flurry of some flashes and Molotovs being exchanged, will have control of Fountain and of Party. Question is, will they be ready for somebody with that op?
Well, they've got the front toilet smoke down, and they're starting to push up in towards toilets as well. Somebody is in position. Just as the smoke dissipates, Elite, gets tagged by it. He actually does get the flick across, but misses the follow-up blur. It was so close to actually taking him down. At least he's able to retreat. He can fall back towards the site and keep himself alive now to fight another day. But Stewie, headhunting, lying in wait in a prime time position to be a bit of a nuisance maker, as he will push up and eliminate the first man.
Bentet is still hugging the wall, and Stewie does get that wall bang onto him, spots out a barrel, and that's the A bomb site completely compromised, taken over by Liquid. And look at how far away the rotation is. This should be the call for the save. There's no need to go for this. You have the 3 AUGs. You don't need to give it away. They can potentially drop somebody in Bentet, maybe a couple of UMPs, maybe somebody could go for a CZ, some Kevlar and armor buy. But yeah, hold on to the 3 rifles. There's no need to go for a lost cause. And for Liquid, bear in mind, I think they had 2 MAC-10s. They're going to upgrade their weapons. That is huge. They picked up an AK, I do believe. Sorry, they picked up the AWP and the AUG. And that's a free upgrade right there. 4-0 for Liquid on the T side of their map pick. And things, the pain just continues for TYLOO. Yeah,
that is a very healthy trade that I think they'll be quite happy about picking up with the upgrades to their arsenal there. Again, another round where TYLOO, it could have been a little bit different for them. I mean, unfortunately for somebody, the fact he did get that leg shot off, or I think it was actually through the wall. That was the connection. That was why he was so low. But I mean, that could have been the difference maker. If you got that first pick onto a lead, potentially they could have fallen back towards site. Then they would have fought towards Stewie. But the backstab from Stewie just instantly dismantled the entire round. At this point, though, 4-0. TYLOO just fighting with the 3 guns they brought over. Literally the 3 musketeers in Bentet, Summer, and Attacker. He might be an attacker, but is he going to be able to defend with the AUG?
Freeman with the CZ, as we said earlier, somebody in Freeman just going to be wielding those pistols, looking for some close range, close quarter battles, while the rest of the team with his AUGs will be looking to be a little bit more proactive in the way they're playing this. Attacker, 3 players towards that B bomb side. It's somebody, Attacker and Freeman, and again, Summer and Bentet left with the duties of holding onto this bomb side. But again, Liquid, you can see how much map control they already have early on. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. They have creeped up towards Party. Then right now looking to clear out Connector, which is taking place. As2 is going to be walking down there pretty much without facing any opposition. They have so many options available for them. They can go for the B hit, they can go for the late rotate towards A. They can literally do anything they want. And that's what I'm talking about. TYLOO are not forcing Liquid to sweat for these for this amount of map control. And that's going to be a problem as we go deeper into this half.
So they've been given pretty much entire control of toilets at this point. They're just able to do whatever they want across the map. As you were saying, there's no real response. There is an info play, and actually, it's a pretty darn good one. Somehow it works out well for them. Somebody runs in with a 5-7, gets the kill on towards Naf. He could pass that over to Bentet if he wants, as they both have armor. But at this point, here comes the play towards A, And these CZs in close proximity need to do some damage. They're going to have to get the upper hand with the pistols, but instead it's just a face from Summer. He peeks straight out into Elige's crosshair. It's an awkward tap back from Bentet, but at least somebody's there with an AK.
Oh, somebody from behind 3K for him. It's all a Nitro. And as he has to go for the plant because there was no time remaining, Freeman strikes and TYLOO win a round where, to be honest, it looked like it was a lost cause. But that kill from somebody was so crucial. He gets the kill, and Liquid, they have no control of connector, so they can't even have to go back. They can't even go back towards the B bomb side because somebody has such a good position there with an AK-47. So they had to come in towards the A bomb side. It looked like it was going to be falling apart there because they were getting those initial opening picks into the bomb side, but some good frags coming in from Freeman there at the end, and somebody, again, from the flank gets a 2K, a hero play there. But, again, the question arises, Jackie, is this sustainable?
Yeah, that's been the point we've been discussing the entire time, right? It's the fact it's literally only rounds where someone gets a 3K plus, where it's a bit of individual brilliance that shows up, where they just have barrels of impact frags tied to them, being the rounds they win. Those are not repeatable rounds, but we need to see them repeat them. Unfortunately, the only thing being repeated is the absolute brilliance from Stewie. He gets the first pick, and Bentet now has been bypassed. Stewie's already on the site.
This could really work out for TYLOO. If Bentet plays his cards right, somebody wins a duel, finds Stewie. And if Bentet has so much information, he realizes no one pushing in towards A. That should be the call for the rotation for TYLOO towards the B bomb side to bolster that side's defense. But they're still sticking around. I do believe, I think somebody's still there. And this setup's going to be rough. It's all going to be on Freeman, and the smoke's going to dissipate. But as I say, that attacker will drop down towards the B bomb side as Liquid. Molotov's going to be raiding in. Flashbang's going to be popping as they're going to be making the hit. Very evident. What can Freeman possibly do? Oh, he goes for the spray, but doesn't find anything. Attacker does at least get one in return. Somebody from the heavens with one of his own, but it's going to leave Bentet all alone in a 1v2.
They've been tortured by twists into this round as two of them go down. Bentet will trade it back, though. Gets the pick onto Naf and spams across. Paranoid about the player being slapped in the smoke. And in reality, Elige is sat over towards the right side, peeking straight in for the face. Bentet will go down. And Team Liquid, they get themselves another round. The play is saved by Elige. And this is rough for TYLOO. Again, it's that same old story. They get one, but it's the instant reset coming back through. They're just not able to get themselves into a position where they can really excel in these rounds.
Again, when, I'm not sure who it was, but the first player for TYLOO, when I think it was somebody, when he died towards short, why didn't an instant trade come out? Benton was close by. He didn't peek out, you know, at the right time. He didn't get a trade, and then again, Freeman not getting even a single frag, considering he had the you know, the angle. He was holding the right angle as well, and multiple people for him to shoot at. It's just not really working out.
Oh.
And Naf just deletes somebody from the server. Oh man, the woes of TYLOO just continues.
Yeah, it is very much a struggle for them. They at least have a boost going on of their own as they've been able to put Summer in an elevated angle to try and peer across. He is going to drop off, though. Looking like he does want to get back up there. Potentially just slipped over. Elige with a face. Again, the Krieg causing chaos. As with the end of his spray, the fadeaway shot onto Bentet, he didn't even mean to kill him.
Yeah, someone called the Geneva Convention or whoever, because this is looking like a war crime. Liquid are bullying TYLOO. Bear in mind, it's a full buy round for TYLOO. They've lost 3 players, and that's not been a sliver of damage inflicted on any of the Team Liquid players. This is just going from bad to worse to somebody stop it. This is looking so painful indeed.
This has just been absolutely brutal already from Team Liquid on their T side. TYLOO again, left into a scenario where they do have to go for the double save. Freeman with the AUG, attacker, holding on to an M4 as they will try and clutch onto these and hold them tightly, taking them through into the next round. Stewie and Twists both advancing down back through connector. They might actually find attacker here if they play their cards right.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky as attacker. He opens the door. I do believe he opened the door there onto Stewie, and Stewie will find him, leaving it all on Freeman to somehow salvage this AUG into the next round. But he's going to be spotted out by Naf. He wins the duel, but now they are triangulating on his position. He finds another one. He might just stay alive here if he can. No, he won't. Twist is there to wrest the gun away from his cold, dead hand. 6-1 for Liquid. TYLOO don't save a single gun. It is max loss bonus here, but is it going to be enough?
I don't know. It just feels like the CT side, again, doesn't really have much going for it, right? TYLOO on their T side, we know they can actually pack a bit of a punch. There's rounds where they can get things going for themselves. But CT half blur, there's no real trade potential and a lot of setups they've been rocking. And that's prime example by the point you made about the fact that Bentet just allowed his teammate to be decimated and just sat around, right? There was no real rapid trades. They're not really complementing each other. It just feels like they're playing very sort of one-on-one CS.
Yeah, and for Liquid, it's the complete opposite. And now, though, Stewie has been doing this time and time again, clearing a connector all by his lonesome, the Molotov.
Oh, no.
Oh, he hears them. The nade's going to be following. Oh, nice angles. Unfortunately, he does kill catch someone. There's still a guy in the corner, though, and Benton will be found out. Stewie pretty much single-handedly clearing our connector, despite there being 3 players there waiting for him. And Freeman, again, left alone in a 1v5. Not much he can do from this point on. He's got the deagle. Probably a prayer on his lips as well to at least find one consolation frag. But Liquid, they're going to find a free B bomb site, and Stewie is there to pick up the 3rd kill of the round. That connector is his domain at this point in time.
Yeah, he absolutely thrived into that round. Literally, what, like 80 damage done to 2 players off the back of a single Molotov. It's 157 ADR for Stewie right now. 12-3 in terms of his kills. Just soaring ahead, really having a field day going into today's game versus TYLOO. Bear in mind as well, this is the 2nd map in the best of 3. So if Liquid take this, TYLOO is done for. They'll be joining the other teams that have already left the tournament at this point.
Yeah, we've had an Australian team and a South American team, both who have bid goodbye to lovely Montpellier. And TYLOO could very well be joining them. Just a few rounds remaining for Liquid to make this pretty clean affair. But then again, still, I like to believe in, I don't say upsets, but I like to believe in some fight being put up here by TYLOO. But this B bomb side is, they've gone for the gamble, Jackie, and it has not worked out for them. Oh, Freeman again loses the duel. Twist will win it. And TYLOO, they went for the stack towards the fountain, aggressive towards the bathrooms area, and unfortunately it doesn't work out. And that's the thing with gamble stacks. If you gamble it wrong, the round's pretty much done and dusted, and there's nothing you can do about it. They need to hold on to these guns at the very least, because Liquid are going to be going for the hunt here.
You've got 4 players all grouped up, looking to have a party in the park at the playground. But Team Liquid, they're hunting, and Naf most likely is going to be the one to find the first contact. Already gets involved with the action, but he's dinked down to 8 HP, so he is going to bail out of the idea. And it seems like they might actually let them get away with this one.
Are they, though? They have the info play. They know there's a player there. I'm just going to be going for this. And Nitro, just what an absolute madman. Comes running out. I feel a little bad with somebody. He had the M4A1. He, in fact, got the dink in, but doesn't get the kill. 8-1 to Liquid. And right now, TYLOO, they are literally just scraping the bottom of the barrel, trying to figure out something that can help them make the CD side a little bit more competitive.
Well, at least they save 3 of those guns. That's a much better position to be in rather than how the flip side could have been now going into round 10. Freeman just delegated down to a FAMAS, but it's full utility. You've got the M4A1S as well onto somebody with a HE. Okay, so we're basically playing pretty much a big play towards that B site here. You've got the 4 players down there, 1 man single-handedly defending towards the A site, which is Summer, watching towards toilets. Bentet's been put on the elevated angle so he can try and peer across. Summer just jump spotting it. But they're not coming towards B, Blair. They're heading towards A.
Yeah, and once again, Stewie allowed to take connected control. There are a few nades being tossed in by the CTs. And Bentet with the wall bang. He gets a read right. Finally, Stewie has been stopped in his tracks. And it required, I do believe there was almost a double wall bang, but I think they blew out the door. But a wall bang by Bentet to get it. Somebody, however, getting pressurized. They might not be expecting this. Nope. Twist is ready and waiting, and somebody's trapped in the corner and caught mid-air by Twist. And despite TYLOO getting the opening kill, Liquid reply back with great vengeance and furious anger.
Fight or flight there from the pushing connector. Didn't work out well. Tried to run away, get himself into a better position. Instead, just gets gunned down at the back. And at this point, you're left to a very weakened CT side. Left 3 men remaining, trying to hold for the push coming in. Naf spots out the first. Bentek going to be spammed down as he gets wall-banged back. That's payback for Stewie, and Naf is not happy with 1. Keeps on pushing, trades it into the 2nd kill onto Attacker. And Summer is the only man that is still standing. and it is a horrible position for him to be in. This is going to be that 9th round secured. At this point, Team Liquid, how far can they go on their T side, Blair?
The sky's the limit at this point, right? They can make this a 14-1 if they wished, because TYLOO literally have no answer. Even when they have the read, right? Even when they had 2 players waiting in the side, they're pretty much taken down. Summer at least might want to get this kill in. He will indeed. He will fall on back. And with the 10th round coming to a close here, Jackie, if you look at the scores of TYLOO, the individual players, 5 frags for somebody in Freeman, and then we have 4 for Attacker and Bentet, and now 2 for Summer. That's a combined total of 20 frags over 10 rounds for the entire team. While if you just look at Stewie and Naf, those 2 together are equal to the number of frags these guys have. I know the frags don't tell the entire story, but look at the rounds as well. One solitary round TYLOO had in a bye round. That's it. Apart from that, it's just been Liquid all the way. We thought Mirage was one-sided. Overpass is even worse.
Yeah, it really, really has been. It's just been so quick as well from Team Liquid in the manner they've won the majority of these rounds. This game hasn't been live long. If you think about really when we went open with this one, how long has it been? About 15 minutes, and the fact they've been able to already take 10 rounds done? That's not a great average.
Yeah, even if we consider the break and we had it between the maps and whatnot, it's been 1 hour and 20 minutes since the series started.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to just last for another 10 minutes or so. It's going to be, by the looks of things. Yeah, I mean, look at the bright side. At least it was quick. At least Liquid did not, you know, prolong the suffering that TYLOO have to go through. But then again, it's still early days in this half. They still have 5 more rounds. TYLOO, can they do this? Can they at least string a few, maybe 4 rounds together? You know, get those 5 rounds on board and then try to win a pistol round. Off that, anything could happen, right? If they can make it a 10-5 half, they win the pistol round, then it's going to be 10-8. And from there, if they do win the anti-egos as well, and then it is possible. We've seen stranger things happen. But right now, they're not inspiring much confidence on TYLOO. Benton does get the opening pick, gets a leash. He does have no one to trade. If Requad is holding out in the open and finally make his way to safety, that was a little scary there.
Twists trying to trade it back towards Toilets as finally TYLOO have a first pick going their way. Bentet was the one that kicked it off, the instigator. But can he be a troublesome fire starter and carry on when the push comes towards his hometown as they wait on the bomb site? T's ready to burst their way through. Summer decapitates the first man, flicks onto the second as well. We needed to see that flick of the wrist coming through, and finally the action starts to heat up. Bentet bailing them out once more as he goes through with a 3K. Nicely complemented by Summer as well.
A little surprised they didn't pick up that AWP, which Summer dropped, because he was pretty sharp with that. 2 nice shots, especially that second one. And Bentet jumping in and helping his teammate out. A little unfortunate they weren't able to pick up the AWP for him, but TYLOO finally winning another round and stopping the streak of Team Liquid's.
At this point, TYLOO just actually have to continue this streak and not just get one small blip, right? We've seen it happen before, literally the prior round they won where it was one flash in the pan and then nothing. Again, based off the back, it was a big individual skill round. That was all that was, is someone just going huge. Bentet being the savior, Summer giving him the extra help that he needed. Now Team Liquid fueled back into it as we go into round 12. Stewie, he's been a sharpshooter so far. This time, though, it's a bit of trader damage. Summer and Stewie both taking a heavy hit.
And look at the pace being set by Liquid. They have control of bathrooms. They're knocking at the door of that A bomb site with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. And that's what I'm talking about. TYLOO, they're just ready to give up so much of map control early on. And so far, yes, they haven't got any kill. Although, I say that, and Freeman finds Naf, who was trying to be cheeky towards the B bomb site. So that's a look taken out. And now, will they have an inkling that it's going to be an A hit? Because with that kill, Liquid just might quicken the pace. The flash is going to be raining in, but Bentet's ready and waiting right around the corner.
Sat there waiting, hungering for the push. Ooh, timing as well of a lead. That would have been the face coming around. He would have got the first spot out. Bentet actually, with a Molotov, could deviate them back, force them to at least pull slightly further back down the path and leave themselves a bit more susceptible. Nice nade as well, rolled in. Stewie was so low from the initial contact that he's blown straight out the server. Nitro's lost his head, and this is where things are going to get rough.
Things are going to get rough. It's now 2v5. Elige and Twist. 20 seconds as Twist does find one. Elige looking for more. He'll have to go for the reload. And there's so many CDs swarming all around him. Benton finds another frag. But Elige, he's just going off here. Finds Summer. But time is not his friend. 8 seconds remaining. He finds yet another one. 1v2 now looking for more. But Benton will finally put him to rest. For a moment there, Jackie, it looked like Elige was making it happen. But TYLOO, finally, for the first time in this map, string 2 rounds back-to-back, and all thanks to the slight little proactiveness coming out from the CD side towards A. Yes, they gave up a lot of map control, but bent it with a Molotov, the follow-up nade, and then a pop flash appear into long to get that kill, ensure that they pretty much had the advantage, at least during those final few seconds of that round. We need to see more from them, and I'm really happy to see that, at least for the last couple of rounds, they've been way more proactive and way more confident in the way they're approaching these fights.
Counter-Strike is confidence, and Bentet definitely has a lot of that pumping through his veins right now. Unfortunately, though, Naf feeds off the same supply. Straight up through Sort is able to overthrow Freeman in a matter of seconds, and B is desolate. No one is there. They might as well roll out a welcome mat and invite them in. Somebody has other ideas, but Twist will trade it.
I mean, I get it. You want to go for the trade, but that was a little mental from somebody. He does at least get the kill, so that's some consolation there. But yeah, we're talking about aggression, and just, I do believe it's Naf or Twist just ran out and got that opening kill on a Freeman, caught napping, not expecting that sheer raw aggression from Liquid, as the B hit is going to be coming in. Attacker holding the line, but unfortunately he gets taken out by Stewie, helping out Elige, who almost was a casualty there. And it's all in Benton and Summer, and look at how far away Benton is. He was going on an excursion towards the playground, but then he realizes that it's going to be a little bit too much of a tall ask for them to go for this retake, especially in a 2v4, and especially with him so very far away. And it's Liquid. Normal services have resumed here, Jackie. It's going to be 10 rounds to the 3 of TYLOO's.
Right now, they're looking to actually try and get these extra weapons out of the hands of the TYLOO players, and they might be able to do just that. Twists, boosted up to the elevated angle. They're paranoid about it. Summer is focusing that way, but it all depends on timing. Who's invested into the better watch as Twists slowly edges his way around? Summer, trapped in the maze, looking to try and find him. It's a game of cat and mouse, and it seems like it'll actually end in a bit of a stalemate. Luckily, both of the 2 remaining players on TYLOO save their weapons, go through with everything they had in their back pockets, because they're going to need it. Round 14. 10-3 in terms of the rounds. It's not been looking great for TYLOO. They've had a couple of individual moments that look great, mostly from Bentet, but now they need to do it hard and fast. Going back into this, if they could get the next 2 rounds, you can set yourself up. You can build from that. We know how well they can play on T side, but you've got to get there first.
They got to get there first, and 3 rounds is just not going to be enough. If it's just going to be 3 rounds, they're probably going to have to play the best T side they've ever played in order to pull off the miracle. For the time being, though, they do at least have the weaponry to work with a pretty decent sum of utility as well. But look at Liquid. They're switching it up. They're just walking out towards the B. Bombs that Freeman again caught with a nade in his hand. Oh, this is just so painful for Freeman. Fortunately for his team, though, there are 2 players ready and waiting inside that B bomb site. It is going to be Attacker taking the duel, but Twist, blinded or not, he's going to have no trouble finding the kill. It's all on somebody to make something happen, but Twist, show some mercy, please. Everyone's falling apart. It's all on Summer, and they managed to wrest that bomb site away from the hands of TYLOO. There were 3 players there, Jackie, and Twist just did not give a damn.
Yeah, they couldn't put up a brick wall. They tried as hard as they could, throwing everything at it to try and damn them on the entry, but no, it doesn't work. Again, Team Liquid get themselves around at this point, Blair. It's going to be another 12-3 half. We're going to see that happen once more. We saw how that worked out for TYLOO on Mirage, which was supposed to be their map pick, going into Overpass like we are now and witnessing it being such a bloodbath. It does not bode well for the TYLOO side.
Well, Liquid now, once again, pushing up aggressively. A little bit of a switch up from Liquid this time around. They have sent Nitro alongside Stu towards Connector. But somebody's now trapped, unless he makes his escape through the smoke. Oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to... Okay, he's just going to toss in the smoke there. It would have been funny for him to push him through the smoke, especially against Stewie, and that's exactly what it's going to do. What an absolute madman. But Nitro is ready and waiting there. The op shots acting as probably some unintentional bait there for somebody, and he fell for that bait hook, line, and sinker as another frag goes with Liquid, and The pain continues. Freeman is taking a lot of damage as well. He's burning alive. He just might get taken down. That's a B-bomb site ripe for the picking. Bandit's going to be caught out there, but what? Stewie with the bomb. But luckily, Elige was there to get the immediate trade.
Oh, Summer. You can get a backstab off at the very least. I mean, the likelihood of him actually winning this round is incredibly minimal, but at least he gets one. Upgrades to a better weapon as well, so he has the Kalashnikov to fight with. A fast face on towards Elige could work out nicely for him as he gets a tasty tap down, but the backstab is in position, and Naf is a naughty, naughty man. Finishes off Summer, and at this point, it's looking like TYLOO might be getting sent packing straight home. We'll find out if that is going to be the case, though, after the break. Liquid have been leaving TYLOO with lacerations over the course of this best of 3, just absolutely demolishing them at every opportunity. Can TYLOO get back into this blur, or is this good night?
Might very well be good night. It's going to require a miracle, and it's going to require a TYLOO, which we haven't seen so far in this tournament. They have looked extremely lackluster. The famed firepower of the likes of a Somebody, Freeman, Bented, you know, Summer, and of course Mr. Attacker himself have been it's been kind of quiet. It's been kind of subdued, muted. Stewie, lucky to survive that initial exchange, but he will make his way all the way back to the safety of the A bomb side with 3 players are lying in wait for TYLOO to make the play. They do have 2 flashbangs, 2 smokes, and a Molotov, so I'm expecting an execute towards the A bomb site here.
Well, they're clearing it towards long. The flash peek goes across. Stewie being bold as ever as he wants to try and be quite brash as the push comes up. Peeks out, gets the tag off. Somebody will trade it with a Glock, though, as things start to go well for the TYLOO side. They're normally quite effective on these T-side pistols, and they're still proving that fact.
Yeah, they want a T-side pistol as well on Mirage, thanks to some pretty stellar shots coming out. And in this 5v3, I've said this, it feels like a sense of deja vu, to be honest, Jackie. Around they should be winning. And this time around, yeah, I think they should have this. It's against USPs, bomb planted. Nitro does have the 1 kit, but this is going to be really hard indeed. But I take his name, and he takes ahead. Attacker will fall. Nitro still looking for more, clearing out the angles real quickly. And Twist finds somebody as well. 1 by 1 they're falling, but Freeman replies back quickly. Double kill for him. Make that a 3K. Freeman, what the hell was that? As TYLOO, they pick up the second pistol round of the series. Will they be able to kind of mount a comeback on this? Remains to be seen, because they did do the same thing on Mirage as well. This is literally the same scoreline we had on Mirage, where it was 12-3 for Liquid on their T side. TYLOO won the pistol round. They won the following two anti-ecos, but Liquid were able to close it at 16-6. Will this be the same thing all over again, though, Jackie?
Well, it was style points at the very least going the way of TYLOO to try and kick them off and reinvigorate them going into this second half. So maybe they can carry on from here as they set themselves up for this aggression towards the B site. The early bombardment appears to be the call for TYLOO. Freeman again, still trying to show off that level of pizzazz that he brought out into the prior one. Somebody leaping around the corners. Looks like he's playing a bit of battalion as he bounces around that angle.
Well, ooh, Elige with the scout. But yeah, the smoke is going to neutralize that position, and Nitro's going to be left alone. So TYLOO, yeah, pretty convincing anti-eco. We saw this in Mirage again, Jackie. It was pretty much a very different style we saw in the initial first three rounds. But after that, once Liquid get their hands on the big guns, it doesn't quite pan out for them. Elige might just hold on to the scout. There's no need to be over-aggressive. It is going to be an eco for his team anyway going to the next round. So at least if he can, do a little bit of damage, get a few body tags going, make things a little bit more interesting for his team in what should be another, well, if not clean, at least a convincing win for TYLOO into the next round.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully they can carry on from this point. T-side has actually been pretty effective for them in the majority of the games. Obviously, they've only actually, well, technically played two maps over the course of this tournament. The best one they had versus Fnatic. That was a huge comeback on the T-side. Again, we saw somewhat of a comeback on Mirage versus Liquid earlier. Now they get into the T-side here. Instant 2 rounds picked up, look a whole lot more confident. Of course, that is purely due down to the weapon advantage of that prior round, but it's the fact that if they do at least light a fire under themselves, play with confidence, play aggressive, play like TYLOO, something we haven't seen this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I think everyone watching them right now would be wondering as to why. One of the most exciting sides we've ever seen in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, right?
Yep.
They might not be the best, they're not a top 10 team, but they were definitely such an exciting squad to watch when they were facing off against some of the best teams in the world, and right now, they're looking really, really lackluster. Some of us should have heard those players dropping down when they attempted to go for those drops, but he's going to be going in alone. No backup with the Galil, but fortunately for him, the timing is great. He's not going to spot anyone out, and that could be the call for the rest of his team to rotate towards the B-bombs. That is waiting for Bentet. Bentet tossing the smoke for heaven as Summer is on a fact-finding mission. It's clearing out the B-bombs. That is no one to be found. The bomb should get picked up, and yes, it will indeed. Freeman has it on his back, and they will be heading towards a free B-bomb site where they should have a pretty clean round here.
Yeah, I think they did actually believe that someone would have heard them when they dropped off. So they instantly threw that utility towards a site, potentially assuming that at that point they were just going to go for the gamble straight push in and expecting the majority of players to be towards B. They've gone for a vast over-rotate. They're all on A. B site is now the territory of TYLOO, but they're waiting until they can actually start to execute. Cue the slaughter as Bentet kicks it off with a MAC-10. He's not content with one. He wants a whole lot more as he starts to have some fun, causing a massacre with a MAC-10.
Yeah, I like, ooh, Elige does find Bentet. I think he spotted his feet out, but Summer will have none of it. So just to one casualty for TYLOO. That is a very, very solid round indeed. 12-6. Same scoreline we saw earlier in map number 1. This map, though, it is Team Liquid's pick, as you can clearly see in the top left-hand corner of the minimap. And we have the buy coming in as well. Nitro with the big green zoom banger. We got a couple of AUGs, a couple of M4s coming in. And for TYLOO, it's AK-47s all around, apart from Summer, who will still be wielding that Galil. A lot of utility on both sides. And let's see what Liquid does here. We do have a little bit of aggression coming out from Nitro towards Fountain. Op out, scoped in, but that flashbang is immediately going to force him to reposition himself, playing towards long. He does have backup informant. Look at somebody, they're just walking up, trying to be cheeky, but the Molotov will keep him at bay, at least for the time being.
Bit of a slower round here from TYLOO, as they actually do just take their time with it. Not going to charge in headstrong and take them on. Flashbang cleared towards long, however. Nitro has to pull back ever so slightly, but he is paranoid, knowing that they are actually pushing up and advancing towards him. Elige rotates in to actually provide some support. Nitro misses the easy shot. The first kill should have been there. They flash clear it. This is where Attacker needs to get retaliation. Both of them go down. Elige and Nitro both blown to bits at this point, and they've got control towards A. They can push up and start putting the pressure on the site.
well. Oh, look at the Molotov raining in, the smokes, the flashes. They know that it's gonna have to be retake place. Stewie, in the meantime, does find somebody, but somebody was anyway bleeding internally on 1 HP. And now pushing out though, finds Freeman, but Summer will put him to sleep. Twist now just trying to go for some wall bangs, trying to inflict a little bit of damage as the bomb will go down. He is waiting for Stewie to make his way. They have a couple of smokes, mind you. I don't see a single kit though, but I kind of believe that one of the CTs who dropped at the A bomb site had a kit, so they can potentially pick this one up. Post plant for TYLOO looking pretty decent as well. As Stewie pushing in, he finds Summer. It's a 2v2 now, Jackie. What's going to happen though?
Where does it go from here? As this round is spiraling out of control, the smokes go in. Stewie spots out BenTeD. It's an easy execution. It's all up to Attacker to hit them with the Annihilation. Tiptoes his way around, kills the first, twists, comes off the bomb, and that might have just secured it. He's going to need to win the face. He doesn't have the kit, and that is it. Another round picked up for TYLOO. Brilliant play towards the end there by Attacker, revealing his card at just the right moment.
Again, looking so very scary. I mean, that could... 3v2, right? You have the bomb down, you have a pretty good position, you have some pretty good post plants as well, but Liquid always making it so very close indeed, and that could have easily gone the way there. If they had a kit, I think he would have just stuck it, and I do believe it was Nitro, or... yeah, I think it was Nitro no, I do believe it was Elige, or whoever the last player was for Liquid. If he could have just stuck that one, they would have won that round. So, yes, they are winning these rounds, but it's so very close. But then again, it's already a better scoreline that they had on Mirage. So let's see what they do here. The AWP has been picked up and dropped over to Nitro, so he's going to try to get some initial picks. We do have Elige with the good old Swag 7 as well. And a couple of Deagles and a CZ in the mix. Oh, I like this. Pushing out towards short, gathering information. And that should, that's a pretty good vantage point gained by Team Liquid. And if TYLOO are not careful, they can get stabbed in the back here.
Well, they've already expanded their way out ever so slightly. Elige with a Mag 7 in his hands, looking to try and chomp his way through Summer if he pushes out. Flashbang clears it, Summer gets the first kill onto Stewie. There should be a quick trade, nicely executed as he pulls the trigger and ends the life of Summer. Now opts to just fall back, Kalashnikov in hand, quaking in his boots as they both fall into a 4 versus 4. Two weapons in play for Team Liquid here, Blair, the AK and the AWP.
And the AWP in hands of Nitro, who has had an uncharacteristically kind of quiet map so far. But it really hasn't had to do much. Elige with that AK-47 finds somebody, Nitro finds Freeman. And all of a sudden, things have gone pretty alright for TYLOO. It's BenTeD and Attacker, and Attacker just walks. It's a free kill for Nitro, and I think he has an inkling where BenTeD's going to be coming around the corner from. He's waiting for the smoke to dissipate, and he's going to be walking all out. Finds the first kill, finds the Leech. He knows where the Opera is as well, but he's got to try and find the second kill onto Naf. Naf gets tapped out. BenTeD coming alive, spots the third player out, Nitro with the AWP, and Nitro just trying to bide his time, trying to stay alive, waiting for back to arrive, but BenTeD will not get the third kill. Nitro will hunt him down. So well played by Nitro, and just that AWP getting picked up, getting saved in the previous round, pretty much guaranteeing Liquid the round, and TYLOO are going to be feeling so gutted after that loss. Yeah,
the delay tactics from Nitro that save them for another round here. For TYLOO, it is very unfortunate. They actually are going to use their first tactical pause as well and take a timeout. This is the first time we've actually seen them use a pause this entire best of 3 so far.
Oh, yeah. And I think for TYLOO is, like we said earlier as well, Jackie, there's no margin for error. There's no room for error. And slip up a little bit here, you know, they are just going to get stomped all over by Liquid. They just need 3 more rounds here. They have all the guns to work with. Look at that, AWP and AK-47 thrown in the mix as well for the North American side. And for TYLOO, they will go for the buy. Unfortunately, a couple of these players are... Actually, no, I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine here. Freeman should be dropped in AK. I think it's lying on the floor, and a lot of utility as well. So this round is pretty much make or break for TYLOO, Jackie. If they lose this one, they're going to be really strapped for cash going into... And Freeman with the scout, okay. That's going to be a little rough here. But if they lose this round, it's Liquid pretty much getting map and match point.
Yeah, this is going to be them in a very good position going forward, especially when the aggression is turned on. They push their way down, Twist and the lead is a well-oiled combo. Push in and overthrow the initial bit of contact. That's Attacker taken down. Freeman hit on the head with a nade to blow him down to 64 HP. Or shooting across as well, trying to see if he can get a shot off, but isn't actually going to connect onto anyone. And now they're left in a bit of a stalemate. They've got that map control over towards the fountain, but that's about it. They're all grouped up for this as well. The only one that isn't there is BenTeD trying to work his way up through Connector. Toilet smoke is in. Is he going to spot anyone?
Well, rattling off a few bullets in the smoke, hoping that it does somehow find his mark. Making a bit of noise, though. And that's the thing, Liquid, they don't really budge, they don't really give up that map control that easily, so they know now that TYLOO will have to funnel their way towards the B bomb side, but guess who's already waiting? Oh, the timing on that peek by somebody, though. Stewie caught with his back turned, and a bullet at the base of his skull. Naf does reply back, finds someone playing at the edge of the smoke, he finds another one. In fact, Freeman burns somebody alive, Naf finds another one, and this is just falling apart. It's all unvented. Mr. Hansel Ferdinand in a 1v4, he finds one that goes for the wild spray, but Naf comes out on top. He just gets 3 kills, because that was 1 TK over there, but it was because of his spray that a TK even happened. So Naf pretty much single-handedly shutting down that B bomb site all on his own.
Yeah, that is a pretty rough way to go out, especially demoralizing as well. The fact that it was the Molotov kill coming across on towards somebody, even though it wasn't intentional, it's still going to frustrate you slightly in these rounds. And now at this point, going into round 22, it's a 14-7 scoreline. Team Liquid, they have a much, much better arsenal than anything TYLOO can bring to the table at this point. A small collection of different assorted pistols. 3 Deagles, 1 P250, and a Glock for Freeman. He won't get a chance to fire it, because now he's a dead man.
Well, yeah, he is a dead man. And Stewie as well, having no trouble there, finding the kill in Bentet. This is pretty much it, right, for TYLOO if you really look at it. We did save the loss the previous round. They'd be strapped for cash, and someone does find a nice kill. But yeah, trades will be fast and furious as somebody's made his way towards A, though. This could make things a little interesting. A little interesting, Jackie.
Potentially. Extra little juicy part added into the game. If somebody
maybe?
can get himself into a good spot, Blair.
Oh, if he goes for the cheeky knife, that would be tasty, wouldn't it?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he's feeling it. He's feeling it. Oh no, he's just got to go for the deagle shot. A little unfortunate, but he picks up the AWP. Peeks out of the corner, finds a leash, and all of a sudden we might have a round on our hands here. Although somebody's so very low on 4 HP. He hasn't picked up the bomb, though. He's still got to go for the bomb, and he's expecting one of the CTs to rotate all the way from CT spawn. And, I mean, you really can't blame him for that, right? But unfortunately for him, Stewie and Twist both playing towards Fountain and Connector. This is going to be really hard, especially with 25 seconds on the clock. He might have to make some haste, and the second he makes a footstep, they're going to be pouncing on him immediately.
Yeah. Both of them just playing around the bomb. They had no reason to reposition or move. All they had to do was make sure he doesn't pick up the bomb, and they're going to do just that. They deny it as they deny his life. Stewie cutting him through. Wants no shenanigans into this one, wants to close it down as Team Liquid now get themselves to the series point and set themselves up to move on in the lower bracket here, overthrowing and dismantling TYLOO if they can take another round. They only need 1 to shut this down and take it in a 2-0 fashion.
A win that I think Liquid desperately would have needed, because it's only going to get harder for them going forth into the tournament. A team who are right now ranked #1 in the world. They are also in the lead for the Intel Grand Slam for this year. They have won 2 events, Sydney and Dallas, DreamHack Masters Dallas as well. They're actually in the lead right now. So this is a tournament they would not just be looking to have a deep run in, they would be looking to go for the big W as well, as we do see TYLOO showing the presence with the B bomb side, and Stewie has at least spotted a couple of people there. And that should be calling for the rotation. 3 players already ready and waiting, and we have a 4th player flaking away from the A bomb side. This could be just a very quick end to this game.
Yeah, at this point it's looking like that's the way it could go. 15-7. And it's all about to kick off. It's going to be a play towards the B-bomb side, it seems, as they set themselves up. The smoke execute comes across, and somebody will lead the charge. However, it's trapped in the smoke, and the distraction is causing a bit of dismay, but it allows Stewie to get up close and slay. Gets one, Twists being troublesome as he responds back onto Bentet. Then Summer as well, cracking both of their skulls, leaving it all up to Freeman. Surrounded by 3 men. Gets the first onto Twists. Still looks to do more into the round here, Blair. He's got 38 seconds to work with. He does have the bomb, but is there chance? Is there a potential sliver of hope?
I love what Elige did there. He just bided his time, waiting for his teammate to come in, sneaking all the way from Monster Nitro, op trained into his position, and there we go, the free kill for him. That is going to be Diffuse coming in as well, and it's going to be 16-7 for Team Liquid. A very, very convincing win for the North American side. Something they potentially needed here, Jackie, considering they had that upset loss yesterday against North. For TYLOO, unfortunately, a combined total of 13 rounds over 2 maps is not ideal.